Devstream 124 gave us a very good look at some of the upcoming assets for Warframe. Yeah, that's right, I went there. So this is the Wisp themed Warframe and her movement animations, walking and sprinting. It's kind of like twerking and floating, flarking or something. I don't know. I just fucking don't know what to say about Wisp's movements. Imagine being able to put this stance on Rhino, joining a public match with nothing but steel ass in the air. Now anyway, that's what we see in a Wisp. We didn't get a look at abilities or anything like that, but we did get a look at plenty of other things that are making their way into Warframe over the next few weeks. Unless maybe you would prefer me to just have the Wisp animations on loop for the next 10-15 minutes, then hit yes now. You see, the thing is, I know how weird, I guess, some of the Warframe community is, so I know there's someone slapping that yes side of that screen. Unfortunately, it ain't gonna happen. Sorry. There is a new range of dual stat mods called Amalgams being added into Warframe very soon with the Corpus Gas City Rework, I think, which isn't in next week's update, it's in a few weeks time hopefully. Mods like Serrated Rush, which combines serration and sprint speed, or Shotgun Medic, which increases your shotgun's fire rate and gives you a bit of an increased revive speed. And there is other Amalgam mods as well, which you can see on the screen right now. Now the thing about these mods, and the thing to remember about them, is that they will not stack. They do not stack with existing mods that share the same main stat. So Serrated Rush won't stack with your serration mod. You, the player, need to make that decision for which one of these mods you want to actually equip. So sacrifice a small percentage of serration to give you a bit of additional run speed. I think normal serration is 165% damage, but serrated rush, judging by this image, is 155. So you're giving up that 10% damage in order to gain a little bit of movement speed. So again, like I said, which of these mods you choose is entirely up to you, it's your decision. Now these mods are going to drop from a new Corpus enemy type, or new Corpus Sentient hybrid type of enemy called the Amalgam Agents, which, like I said, I think are coming with the Corpus Gas City Rework, but maybe I'm wrong, maybe they are being added into the game a little bit before that. Now the ability screen for Warframes in your arsenal, you know when you go to your Warframe and then you click on the abilities to see what the stats of it are like, that is getting a pretty huge overhaul that will revamp how you see your Warframe's abilities, and this revamp is going to come with a small visual aid, little kind of small videos that will help you better understand what the abilities do and also give you tips for getting the most out of your Warframe's ability set. So it's basically going to help you with building your Warframe for the best. So this is kind of a huge change for new players to help them with that new player experience and help them better understand the Warframe that they have just built or bought. But it will mean hovering over each of those abilities to see the modded, I guess, and unmodded stats. So for us veterans, it is going to be a pretty big change as well, and it might take some time for us to get used to it. Now the mainline update with Warframe, the next mainline update, is apparently coming next week, and with it we will see some of the ability screen changes like I just spoke about. We will also be getting Revenant's two-handed Nodachi or Odachi, yes, the big huge weeb stick, the katana, the one that they showed off on previous dev streams. I think it's called the Tatsu, the Sentient two-handed katana. This will be coming with next week's update, so rejoice weebs, you now have a new weapon. Hildren will also be part of that update as well, and she will have an alt helmet that will come with braids. So she's going to be big, buff and braided. So she is of course our shield based Warframe, the newest Warframe that's going to be added into the game, which I've spoken about in a previous video from a previous dev stream. Now elements of Melee 3.0 will hopefully be added with this mainline update next week, but we will be told more about, I guess, what's coming with Melee 3.0 closer to the time. We know that the new Melee visual effects will be coming with this change, the new slam ability as well, while also having the quick swapping melee and guns It's going to be a lot faster doing that as well. So there is a lot of content dropping with next week's mainline update, which is going to give us plenty to do, along with the weekly challenges and daily challenges from the Nightwave from the Wolf of Saturn 6, which of course all of these weeklies are going to change every week. No shit, potato. Now the Gas City rework is something that's not coming with that mainline update. Like I said earlier, it still needs a little bit of fine tuning apparently, but like I said earlier, we did get to see some of those new Corpus Amalgam agents or enemies that will be coming with that Gas City rework. Crazy looking MOA sentient hybrid enemies that each come with their own different set of abilities. One of the Corpus units can shield himself while leeching health and shield, I think, off you. Another can do a handstand and kind of flip over, kind of cartwheel, and it has a hole through the center of it, so it's going to make it easier for you to, I guess, miss your shots because it's got this big gaping hole in the center of it. Another one of the MOA type of hybrid sentient enemies goes translucent and then humps the absolute shit out of the ground. Not gonna lie, it looked incredibly weird, confusing, but maybe fun as well to kill these enemy types and see if you can get some of those Amalgam mods. There was also an Amalgam Sniper who was wielding a weird sentient type of sniper rifle that fired a kind of a beam, an energy beam at you. So maybe a weapon that we could get our hands on in a future update, hopefully. Another thing they showed off on this dev stream, which they showed art style of on a previous dev stream, was that huge Grineer Thumper kind of robot. It's kind of like, I guess, an extractor, a Grineer extractor that we're now going to fight. And can I just say, this thing can move at some serious breakneck speeds until it got stuck in a tree on the dev stream and I couldn't fucking get out. So it's not only Irish people that have problem with fucking trees. So this looks like a kind of mini Orb Mother or Eidolon type of fight where there's going to be, I guess, weak points, and we're going to need to figure out, the community will need to figure out how we actually go about killing this enemy type. Now they did tell us that if you get stuck or if you go underneath the actual thumper as it's slamming down on the ground, then it will apparently one-shot you. You're dead, that's it, you're dust. You're now pasted on the ground to be kind of brushed up by the Grineer later on. Rebecca, I think at one point in the stream, did aim at one of the lights on the thumper's leg, so maybe that's one of its weak points. Maybe you need to shoot those lights, or maybe not, we don't know. It also looked, and if I'm going to be 100% honest here, it looked like one of the enemy types from Destiny 2 as well. That huge kind of mech robot that you shoot the lights on the legs of. So I guess we'll see closer to the time if it is kind of a, I guess, replica of that. Now, these thumpers are still a work in progress, but the Plains Remastered update is apparently going to be in 3 weeks time, so it's not going to be next week either, complete with a texture overhaul, foliage, lighting, skybox and so on, and it does look a whole lot better as an environment to be running around in. Konzu will be giving up his early lunches, and he will have radios that you can use in Grineer camps scattered around the Plains of Eidolon that will allow you to... What the fuck was that? That will allow you to accept bounties from the plains and save you having to go back into Cetus in order to activate them, just like in Orb Valis or in Fortuna. Now, we've seen a Nyx Deluxe skin that was shown off at last year's TennoCon, designed by Skylers, and it looked incredibly nice. It looked really nice, if I'm being honest. So for those of you who love Nyx, then this is something for you to look forward to. We got to see Limbo's Deluxe skin, which is coming next week with the mainline update, and with that skin there's going to be the throwing tarot cards, kind of like Gambit from X-Men. So you've got a skin for throwing knives that look like tarot cards. There's also a new Sayandana as well. But again, these are just deluxe skins, and I know some of you don't see those as actual content because technically they're not really, they're real money update stuff. Now, another few of the small tidbits that they spoke about was, of course, TennoCon tickets are on sale. We got to see the new Tenno Hairstyles coming to the game. The TennoCon armor for this year looks pretty cool, but some of it does look like last year's armor only flipped upside down. We've been told that they are working on a type of vampiric Kavat that will be added to the game that will have abilities similar to Trinity. It will be able to leech enemy health and keep itself alive. It was also confirmed that we will be getting that ghoul chainsaw that you can ride like a bike at some point in the game. And Steve did kind of show off some of his tweets from during the week where he spoke about the possibility of removing sprint from the game, or removing the slow walk from the game, where you will be constantly sprinting instead, and having the crouch button as a way to make you enter a kind of slow jog for stealth purposes. So you won't be having the normal walk anymore and then having to transition to sprint for you to, I guess, do your spin to win stuff. You will be in a constant state of sprint, and I guess hitting shift will put you into that slow walk for stealth purposes. He also mentioned how they're looking at trying to revive or make Arcwing flying that little bit more fluid as well. So that's pretty much the meat of what DevStream 124 was. I will leave the link to the complete DevStream in the description of this video. Do me a huge favour, let me know in the comment section below what you think of everything that was showcased, especially Wisp's ass. I'm sure I'm going to see plenty of comments about thick and everything else, and twerking and flairking or whatever the fuck else is going to be in the comment section. Hit that like button if you enjoyed the video, subscribe for more Warframe, and as always, thanks very much for watching.